Hi, Tom Norton here. Welcome again to English Trainer for Pros. In today's video, we will begin the process of exploring the orbit words we have collected in the previous videos. Now, an interpreter has a unique situation, and it occurs almost every day. I'll be in the booth listening to a speaker interpreting to an audience, and suddenly I'll notice up on his or her PowerPoint slide up there a term, a phrase with which I'm unfamiliar. I've never used that before. And I think, oh no, how am I going to spend the rest of the day talking about that word if I don't know for certain what it means or how to pronounce it or how to use it? So we interpreters are really good at, within seconds almost, grabbing an orbit word and bringing it down to our planet and making it a part of our professional working vocabulary. I'm going to show you how I do that in this video and the next video. But let's just review for a second what we've done so far. I told you to take 3 to 5 minutes a day, find a text, and look in that text for words you're unfamiliar with, words you don't use. We came up with 5 that are highlighted in yellow here that may or may not be orbit words for you, but they serve as our example set for this process. The second step then is to handwrite those words into a notebook. And handwriting them is very important because it's at that moment that you are shaking hands and meeting for the first time what is essentially an extraterrestrial word, right? It's an orbit word. It's a word that's been floating around your planet, but now you're going to bring it down and welcome it onto your planet and into your playground, into your workplace, into your professional working vocabulary. The way we shake hands with words is to write them down. And then I suggested that you pass that word and those words into an Excel sheet or a word table. You can find links to templates that I use in the description of the video below. And for the sake of this exercise, where I show you how we interpreters explore a word, I've chosen to work with the word showcase, the verb form to showcase. I'm going to show you now what I do first, which is to find the native language equivalence of the word I've just discovered. Here we go. The first step I take when I see or hear an orbit word is I go to a fantastic website called Lingui.com. Many of you are familiar with the website, I'm sure. I go down here and I select the combination. So my native language is Portuguese. My non-native language is English. I'm going to write in the word showcase, and I want us to walk through what Lingui offers us to help us master a word very quickly. In the first place, I'm going to notice that we have showcase as a noun and that there are a number of Portuguese options available to me. In other words, the first thing Lingui gives me is a glossary, not a dictionary, but a glossary. I can see the Portuguese equivalence to the word showcase. Now, in truth, what makes Lingui special in my mind is that the way Lingui comes up with its answers to my queries is by searching. It has a search engine that searches documents around the World Wide Web, looking for documents that are written in either English or Portuguese in this case, but that were also translated into the opposite language. Okay, so what I'm looking at here under Showcase are the solutions that search engine generated, and the most common word used in Portuguese for showcase is vitrine. The second most common is mostra. The third would be mostruário. And then less common, vitrina, demonstração, apresentação, expositor. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to get, and it's the first thing I need, right? I'm sitting there, I'm in a meeting, I hear an orbit word, I need to know what in the world is this word. The quickest, easiest thing for me to do is to find out what the word is in my language so that I now know, okay, I know what a showcase is. At least I think I know. The second thing that Lingui gives me right there immediately is the opportunity to pronounce the word. I'm going to listen every time I see the icon in a dictionary, in a glossary, online, anywhere. If I see this icon, I'm going to listen to it, and not only am I going to listen to the pronunciation, I'm going to repeat it aloud 3 to 5 times. I'll do it just like this.
Showcase.
Oh, I have American English and British English, so I can choose.
Showcase.
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 Showcase. Now I want to hear the British also.
Showcase.
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 Showcase. There's a little different accent there. Now, when I do this, it's very important to do what I'm telling you right now. You need to verbalize it. You need to say it aloud in both accents. Try to imitate them almost as if you were taking a theater class and you have to imitate an accent perfectly for the part you're playing. Okay, it's very important to go through the process of enunciating aloud the word that you're hearing. That is how you learn how to pronounce. You have to hear yourself say what you're hearing someone else say until you align it as closely as you can. Let's try this again.
Showcase.
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 Showcase. You hear the difference? It's slight. The first step I take is to find equivalence. Now I have an idea of what I'm talking about a showcase. Second thing is I'm going to listen in Lingui to the pronunciation of that word, and I'm going to repeat it 3 to 5 times. If I move on down, I'm going to find that this showcase is also a verb, as I've already mentioned to you, to showcase. And here, I may try the pronunciation again just to see if there's any difference.
Showcase.
To 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 showcase. If you only listen to how it's pronounced and you don't physically imitate that, your brain is tricking you into thinking you're actually doing something to help your English. You're not helping your English if you do not open your mouth, warm up your motor of your vocal cords, and say the word showcase, showcase, to showcase, to showcase. Very critical step. So now we've already got the equivalence, so I kind of know what we're talking about. I've listened to pronunciation and I've repeated it, so I'm becoming accustomed with the pronunciation. And then I can move a little further down the page in Lingui, and here I begin to see external sources. Remember I said there are documents that are originally written in English and then translated into Portuguese or into your language, or they're originally written in your language and translated into English. Well, you can go a little further down the page here in Lingui and you begin to see how translators or authors have chosen to translate showcase. And here's something important when you come to this stage. It's important to read aloud the sentences that demonstrate how to use the verb. In fact, I could go back up here and look at all of these sentences that show us how to use the word showcase. It is not enough just to read the sentence. It's important that you read it aloud. That is how your brain begins to learn the language. The festival is a showcase for new talents. The painting is in a showcase at the museum. The museum will showcase the work of local artists. And then I get down here, exploring options to showcase projects and project types that are better suited to the specific conditions in LDCs and SIDS, etc. Now here's a fun thing. When you begin reading aloud, taking time to read aloud, you're going to discover more orbit words. For example, this word right here, suited. Knowing how to pronounce the word suited can, if you do not know how to pronounce the word suited, you will never use that word. So you may see that as a new orbit word that you can write down in your notebook, put into your Excel sheet, and work on tomorrow, okay? But the important thing is to go down here and to get an idea in context about how people have translated showcase. That's step one, to find the equivalence. I also got to listen to the pronunciation. I also got to see how it's used in a sentence. But there's another website that I go to immediately, and that is wordreference.com. Again, I can choose my language combinations right here. I'm going to type in the word showcase, and let's see what it gives me. Oh, look right here. I can listen to someone else pronouncing showcase. Never pass up this icon without clicking on it with your headphones in. Listen and repeat.
Showcase.
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 Showcase. This guy is selling showcases, it sounds like, huh? Okay, so down here I have a column where the English word appears. Over here I have the Portuguese. Showcase is a noun. It could be mostruário or vitrine. And then it gives me a sentence. They take the jewelry out of the showcases at night. Down here, showcase as a noun in a figurative sense. It means the convention is a showcase for new products. It's not literally a physical showcase. It's a convention, but it's an opportunity to showcase new products. And so I begin to get a feel as I go through this for how showcase works as a noun and how showcase works as a verb. Excellent website. It can lead you to many other resources, but this is what I do within seconds. When I see that word and I need to make it part of my planet immediately, I go to lingui.com, I go to wordreference.com, and if the word is a noun, I do one more thing. I go to Google, I type in showcase, but I don't care what Google brings up for me. I'm only interested in the images. Oh, this is what I thought they meant by showcase. Now I know what they mean by showcase. A showcase is this. And so when they talk about to showcase something, I understand it's like putting it out there so that it looks the best it can so people can come to know the product or come to know your talents. You're going to showcase your talents by making that online portfolio we talked about in previous videos. It's that simple, guys. It just takes 1 minute. And that's it. That's the first step. It's a powerful step, is to find the equivalence, listen to some pronunciation, and read aloud how it's used in a sentence. I'll be right back in the next video with a couple of more websites I want to show you that can empower your confidence even more. I'll see you soon.